Here on Thursday, March 9th, one of the stocks that caught our eye was AMD. When you look at this stock, you just go, this is not something that you would see if there's a lot of fear and a situation where the market wants to just drop, right? And if you look at NVIDIA, which is another, I think, kind of AI type play, you can see that it too is doing pretty well. And now if we flip over to the Qs, it is kind of starting to poke its head up here, obviously, with the strength this morning. Now, it's not all clear for equities because we have another data point tomorrow. There's non-farms, and we obviously have CPI next week. But, if you can't get the market down on higher rates, then what is the other narrative to have equities go lower, right? So let's take a look at AMD, as I do like the setup, and it's, I think, really pretty interesting heading into a very large March options expiration. Now, what you can see is, if we flip back to the stock quickly, just to give you all a better idea, the stock is up around $87. And so what we have above is this call wall. And what you'll notice on this composite indicator, which basically tells us the rate of change of gamma, but when you look at the red to green, this is telling us that the name is largely surrounded by or in control of put options. And this is where we think you could really get an accelerated move higher. Now, the focus here, the thing that you really want to notice is down here, the amount of gamma that's tied to 317 options expiration. So 20% of the gamma expires tomorrow, this Friday, but the bulk of gamma is tied to 317. And we distinctly see this 90 level as this very close target for the stock. As again, we're up around $87 at the moment, as you can see on our large price level here. So the nice thing is that we have this 85 area of support. This is what we call the key gamma or large gamma strike. And then again, the range that we're looking for is a move up to 90. So if we zoom in on these bars, so if we look at this, we have the rate of change of gamma for call gamma here in orange and put gamma in blue. And again, if we zoom in on this, what we see is the gamma buy strike for calls in orange and puts in blue. And again, you can see how large this 85 area is and then how big the amount of gamma is up at 90. And as the stock starts to move higher, those put values are getting crushed, and it adds kind of this tailwind that could really pull the stock up into this 90 area. Now, the other way, the more simple way a lot of people like to look at this is if you head over to this history. The one thing that you want to look for in a bullish scenario is you want to see levels by and large moving higher. And if you look at what's happened over the last several days, despite choppy market weakness, the levels are gradually shifting up. And again, the fact that the call wall moves up, our hedge wall moves up, some of our other key metrics are moving higher, suggests that options traders are positioning themselves at higher strikes. Now, obviously, the stock is moving up, and so that's drawing some of its attention. But what you'll see in stocks that are topping is that these levels will stop moving higher and or will run into a big options expiration that resets the options complex. But again, in this case, most of the gamma and most of the positioning is at a 317 options expiration. And so, again, this looks like just a very nice setup here as we think that the rally has a lot of room to continue up into this very key 90 strike. So if you found this helpful, head over to spotgamma.com. You can get a free 7-day trial of our Equity Hub product, as well as our Hero product, which you can see on your screen here. And what this essentially lays out is the real-time options flow, including 0DTE live options flow in over 200 different stocks.